Thanks for tuning into the channel. And you might be wondering, what are we going to be talking about today? So today, this video is mainly going to be for individuals that are thinking about doing Turo and haven't taken the plunge. So I was in your shoes at one point in time. I was looking for some additional sources of income, which is not a bad idea. You know, it's a good idea if you're thinking, hey, what are some ways to make income? And I'm always thinking of that. And I came across Turo a few years back, and I was skeptical at first. I was like, what's this? Renting your car. And I thought that's really risky. You know, strangers driving my car can get in an accident, can get stolen. You know, many things could happen. So I wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but it kept growing. And then I realized that some people in the community that I live in were doing it. And I would start going on the website, and I would check out different profiles, and I would see individuals growing their fleets and things like that. So it started to get in my mind more and more. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it, how I started, maybe help you make a decision. But before I get there, I want to ask a huge favor. Please smash that like button. Do me a favor, leave some comments down below. If you're already a host and you happen to be watching, let us know how you started. If you're thinking about starting, you have some questions, leave the comments down below. I'll be more than glad to answer the question. I want the comments to be used as a tool for people that want to do Turo to be able to read them and help them, or even people that already are doing Turo. Leave your comments down so we can use the comments as an opportunity to learn, ask questions, because my goal is to try to help anyone that's trying to become a host, or even if you're already a host and I can help, or I can learn something from someone on the comments, that'd be great. We'll all help each other. So do me a favor, and also if you can support the small channel by subscribing, I really appreciate it. So back to the point of the video today is finally I decided that what I need to do, I need to try Turo myself. Because I would go on YouTube and you're gonna have people that failed. You're gonna have people saying don't do it, and you're gonna have people that succeed in saying to do it. In life, no matter what you do, you're gonna have people that succeeded, and you're gonna have people that didn't succeed, right? And you don't really know why people are failing. Some people are failing because they're not organized, they're not following the Toro rules, they're just trying to cut corners and make easy money, and then they ends up not working out. And then you have other people that do things right. They, when they buy a car, they purchase it the right way, they do more research. So all this is going to determine if you're going to succeed. And by doing it, you get to learn how the website works, the settings, everything, the different insurance protections, which that used to be a big concern, because one of my biggest fears was, even though Turo says they offer protection, I was worried, what about if it's a scam? What about if they don't pay out? What about if it takes forever? Imagine my car gets in an accident and I'm using Turo, someone was driving the car and they don't pay out. That was my biggest fear. And that's really what took me so long to try it. But eventually I said, you know what? I need to face my fears. I'm going to try this. Everything in life is a risk. So I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just letting you know what I was going through at the time. And I just decided to do it myself. And the way I did it, I didn't want to go buy a car, because that would have been an additional expense, an expensive expense. So I said, the best thing to do, let me just use my personal vehicle. That way I'm not taking on more debt or anything. And I'll put it on Turo website and see how it does. And that's what I recommend anyone to do, because where I live by an airport, and it went really well for me. I don't know where you live. Maybe where you live, it does great or it doesn't. So it's a test. It started booking really well for me. And the car was not getting in any accidents, so I started to get a little bit more confident. And I realized I'm able to make the payment, and I was having a profit. Now, you may be wondering, how did I get to work? How did I run my errands if I'm putting my car on Turo? That's a good question, I'll be honest, because this is what the challenge is about, being honest. Luckily, I had two cars. I had a newer car that was my everyday car, and then I had an older truck that I would take to work. So I had one car pretty much sitting at the house. And the way I did it is, since I had one car already that wasn't being used much, I put it on the Turo website, and if it got booked, I had the truck. So luckily I was in a situation where I did have an extra vehicle. But if you have a boyfriend, if you have a girlfriend, if you have a partner, Try to see if there's a way you can make it work. If you only, even if you only have one car, maybe you can share rides, carpool while you test it out. That's a tip that I would suggest if you're in a situation where you don't have multiple cars. See if you can, if you have a spouse or you're in a relationship or whatnot, if you can have someone that can maybe help you while the car's booked while you test it out. That's my suggestion. But my tip will be test it out like I did, just to get a feel for your area, learn the website. And I was doing really good that I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy a car strictly for Turo. I'm going to take on that additional expense. But before I went and bought that car, I decided to do an LLC. I did it the right way. I got an EIN. I got a registered agent. I didn't just create an LLC and put my home address and everything. I did research, and I'm going to make further videos about that. But I did do an LLC to start this as a business side hustle of mine. And when I bought the car, it was just for Turo. I didn't use it to go to work or to enjoy it or anything. And I bought an economical car. I bought a Toyota Corolla. That's what I started off with. An LE. It was economical, great, fuel efficient car, and I thought it'd be great on the website, and it was. The car started to do really well, so then I went ahead, got more confident. I went and added another car. Still didn't experience anything negative, like an accident or theft or anything. So I started to get really comfortable. And then before you know it, boom, I experienced my biggest fear, an accident. And it was good because this gives me an opportunity now to see if Turo's Liberty insurance really pays out. Do they really cover? I get to go through the process. And in that situation, luckily, the renter at that time, and by now, because I've been doing it over 2 years, I've had everything happen, you can say. But that first accident that the vehicle was in, luckily it wasn't with another car. It just scraped like a pole. It did damage to the car. No one else was involved. The renter was safe. Nothing happened to them. But when they returned the car, they didn't tell me. So luckily, the most important thing, I took all the pictures. Again, I was following the rules. Sometimes we get in a hurry, we get lazy, and we stop following the rules because we get confident, like, hey, nothing's going to happen. I've done this now 100 times. I never had an issue. No, I always took pictures of the car. So luckily, I take a ton of pictures, 40, 50 pictures, all the pictures you can take, because that's your peace of mind, knowing like if something happens, you have proof that when the car went out, it didn't have damage. And when it comes back, when you take the pictures and you see the damage, that's your proof to Turo, like, hey, the renter damaged the vehicle when it was in their possession. So luckily, I did everything like I should. I was able to put in a claim, and the renter didn't want to take fault for it. So I actually had to do everything through Turo, and they actually paid out. They did it fairly quickly. Now, the money that they even paid out was not enough for the damage. So again, that's obviously scary. But the body shop had worked with other Turo cars and let me know that that's okay. They worked with Turo and they just filled out, what was the form called?
The supplement.
The supplement form. So we got the additional amount of money to finish the repairs for the vehicle, and the vehicle came out great. It all got paid. It got paid out quickly. It got handled fairly quickly. I think the car was only out for a few days out of the week because the damage wasn't that big. But my biggest fear, I got to experience it. I got to see like, hey, Turo does pay out. So it built me a little bit more trust with Turo. It built up my confidence, and that helped me have the confidence to continue growing. But I had to start Turo because I had to see, for me, is this going to work out? Can I be successful doing it? Is it going to go bad? I couldn't just go based off people's success stories or failures. And if you go on YouTube, you're going to see both. So I know it's scary. That's what I did. I felt like it was best. I need to do it myself. And I'm just wanting to let you know what I did. That I decided to test it for myself. Now, I'm not saying for you to go test it. I'm saying that that's what I did, and it may work for you. Hopefully this helps you make your decision, and hopefully it eases your fears if you were afraid like I was at first. And I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and if you didn't, please subscribe and smash the like button. Thanks for watching again.